Vietnam, home of the rice paddies, the coffee plantations, and of course, communism. Indeed, Vietnam is one of the four countries in the world still under communist rule, along with China, Laos, and Cuba. Historically, Vietnam has been a country very much dependent on its agriculture. However, there has been an increase in foreign investors looking to set up business in Vietnam, and this is all thanks to China. With China's increasing labor costs, taxes on foreign enterprises, and difficult business environment, from the perspective of foreign investors, Vietnam is looking pretty good. Unfortunately, Vietnam is not ready to be a strong competitor with China. It is still in the early stages of its industrial evolution. While labor costs in Vietnam is approximately about one-fourth of what they are in China, Vietnam still has poor infrastructure, weak supplier base, and a lack of management engineers to get the wheels spinning at full force. But with that said, Vietnam can still be a profitable location for foreign investors, just as long as they can import their own management and technical expertise. So what are some things you need to consider before conducting business in Vietnam? First, be aware that there are several different zone types and different tax or administrative issues within these zones. Some examples of these zones are the industrial zones and the economic zones. Establishing a manufacturing presence in these zones will not only help create over 2 million new jobs for the Vietnamese people. Foreign firms investing in these zones typically enjoy preferential governmental policies and advantages like modern infrastructure and greater access to utility services on top of preferential tax and or tariff rates. In addition to these zones, generally business is most efficiently conducted in Ho Chi Minh City, formerly known as Saigon. However, city like Hanoi often has lower capital requirements and the officials are more eager to please. As you spread out from these two cities, local officials are often enthusiastic with foreign investments, but also again, infrastructure and communications can often be more problematic in these areas. With its population of 88.78 million, Vietnam has proven to be effective in smaller scale business ventures. So here comes a second caveat. Unfortunately, Vietnam lacks a large skilled workforce necessary for larger products. One of the reasons for this is due to the nation's poor education system. In addition, their lack of English skills has been holding them back as a major global competitor. Another caveat when it comes to conducting business in Vietnam is the rumor that Vietnam is riddled with corruption. It is not a rumor, it is reality. According to Sourcing Line, an independent research group, Vietnam is among the worst globally when it comes to corruption. Needless to say, with corruption often comes many unforeseen and inefficient use of time, which make Vietnam less attractive to foreign investors than other nations with less corruption. As a result, before investing in Vietnam, ask yourself, is the cheap labor cost one-fourth of that of China worth the shaky infrastructure and poor communications? Also, ask yourself, how many and how much of those brown envelopes are you willing to shell out?